Right, morning. It's Tuesday the 29th of March, about 10 o'clock in the morning. Just a video about, I met a guy got in touch with me a couple of weeks back on Facebook in a band, a guy called Andy, a nice guy. He plays guitar for a band called Palm Reader, and he wanted a guitar setting up and a couple of jobs doing on it. So he got in touch with me, and I went to meet him in Nottingham about a week ago, and had a look at the shop, picked it up, took it away, brought it back. Did a video, showed him what I've done, really pleased with it. So he sent me another guitar. I think I've got another guitar of his now, and his bassist got in touch with me. I've got his guitarist bass as well. Now they're going on tour end of this week, Palm Reader the band, so watch out for them, pretty good. Going on tour this week, so I want to get his guitars right. Now, the bass I've done, the Les Paul I've done, the Telecaster I can't get finished yet because we're still waiting for the neck to arrive. He tells me it should be here tomorrow, so I'll finish that off. But I'm going to take you through what I've done on these guitars. So, I picked Josh's bass up. I think I picked it up Friday. I've done that. I'm going to show what I've done on this. It's a nice enough bass. Fender Jazz, made in Mexico. A couple of knocks here and there. But I'm going to show you what I've done. So it came for a setup. Now, because a setup on the same price as a guitar setup, 35. But I'll do a few extras on this, some stuff you don't get a guitar. So the extras I've got to point out the extras I've done. Clean the neck, the fretboard, and get a lemon oil treatment, and I've polished the frets. That's first and foremost. But the main things I've done on this is, down this end here, this tuner was bent. I've straightened that out. I've tightened all these nuts here, screws, made sure all the tuning things are alright. The string tree, done all that. I've altered the truss rod slightly. Obviously I've done the intonation and the radius on the bridge. Now this, I want us to do this, but I took the pickups out, I took the scratch plates off, took all the electrics off, checked everything. The pickups were too low. So what I've done is, I've took them out, cleaned them all up, I've cleaned all the scratch plate, I've cleaned the bass thoroughly. And what I've done is I've put extra padding underneath these pickups so they push up more, so they're closer to the string, so you're basically going to be a bit louder. So I've done that, so it's had a complete and full setup, complete clean, pickups have been altered so they move up more, check the electrics, check the battery's got plenty of charge in it, and so it plays fine. There's only one little problem with this. I think the action's not too high, but on this bass, on the E string or the low string, it's a little bit high for my liking. But I've had a look down the neck, and the neck is not perfectly straight. It's got a little bit. So I reckon the last person that set this up did exactly the right thing. He kept this string just a little bit higher than we'd normally have it. Now what I've done is I have lowered it as much as it will go, and I've altered the truss rod a bit. So it actually plays better than it did before. We've got a nice radius on the strings at the bridge end. And the volume works absolutely fine, everything works fine, it plays really nice. So, we had to be, like I say, there had to be a bit of compensation on the string. Now I have lowered it a little bit on the bridge end, but as much as I did, I wouldn't want to go any lower because we're going to start getting a bit more buzz than we actually need. But as it is, the neck is straight enough. It's better than it was when it come in. So all in all, it's a new strings, it's tuned down to C, drop C sharp, which is what the band playing, and that's the bass done. I'm not going to play it. I'm not good enough bassist to play that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move on to the Telecaster, which is here. Now what this has done is, came in, it wanted, did it want to go in for it? I can't remember. The pickup were knackered. We didn't know it was knackered, we thought it might be dodgy, but I had the pickup out, one of the coils is knackered on it, so we've put an original pickup back in. I've done the electrics. Have I done the electrics on this? Oh no, I've redone the earth wire and everything on this. I've redone the wiring, took the bridge off, done a complete setup on this. Tomorrow, or hopefully this week, it will be having a new neck put on. I'll be putting new tuners on it, which I'm going to supply. And it's all set up nice, it plays nice, it plays okay. Sounds a bit ropey, but it's going to do. Let me just plug it in proper. So that, when it's done, is going to be brilliant. There's not much more I can say about that till I get the other bits in, so I'll leave that as is. And then we get to Les Paul, Andy's Les Paul Studio. This is a work of art in itself, this guitar. Sealed with Ron seal, does wood good apparently. This had a lot of work on it. Came in for a setup, wanted a few other jobs. The pickup, for instance, was falling through into the body. So what I did with that was, a couple of ways I could have gone about that. Obviously the base plate hole had got too big and it was slipping down the bolt that holds them in. So got the base plate, I soldered the base plate, put a lot of solder in there, made the hole smaller, and that's how we fixed that. It had a big lump of wood underneath holding that up. Oh, off a tree, we got rid of that, got that out. So there was that to do. This tuner was skew width and the screw holding it in was bent. So I drilled it, I took it out, straightened the screw, took the tuner out, I plugged the holes, or I plugged the hole here and re-drilled for the screw. So we fixed that tuner, that's absolutely fine now, real straight and level. The input jack, the screws were falling out of there. I took all that out again, plugged all 4 holes on that, and re-drilled and sorted that out. So the complete rewire inside, I've used Gibson braided wiring, which I use, pull-back braided wiring. So it's a complete rewire inside. And the last thing he wanted me to do, he didn't have a scratch plate or a back plate for the controls. Well, he's got one now. I made that, I cut that myself, made that myself out of a piece of 3-ply, knocking about. So that is had all the full bit, plus it said, the neck was filthy. It had all that grime and dirty sweat in there that you get from playing. That builds up, so I got rid of that. He didn't ask for that to be done. I've done that as a freebie because he's a new customer. So I cleaned all the fretboard with Dunlop lemon oil, let the lemon oil soak in because it soaks, it treats the wood, polish the frets and set the thing up. And it plays really, really nice. Tune into drop C sharp. Again, another great sounding guitar. So there you go, you get the idea. So just stick this back. Yeah, you get the idea with that. That's all the guitar's done. Like I said, I'm waiting for the parts for the Telecaster. But that's as much as I can do for today. The guitar, the Les Paul and the bass are going back to Nottingham. I'm going to drop them off sometime, hopefully around about dinner time, because I've got also go to Leicester today. I've got to go see Nige from Leicester Luthier. See him about a guitar I sent in there a week or so ago to get some paintwork and stuff done. So hopefully get all that done today, drop these guitars off, get the stuff for the telly, get it all done. They can go happily away on tour Wednesday, Thursday or whenever it is they go, and it's all going to be good. I'll talk to you in a bit.